first off is how to film video ads for your clinic, okay? I'm gonna tell you first why it's important, because that's the most important thing to know, why it is important that you need like video ads for your content or for your campaign, okay? So there's three main factors or three reasons to getting results from your campaign, okay? So it's when you're doing your video ads, okay? Video ads, you've got what you say, which is the copywriting. So when you're doing a script or you're doing a video, like for example, the hook, the body, the call to action, that is one aspect of your video ad. Your next aspect is how you say it, okay? And then the third aspect is how it's edited or how it's perceived. So how it is perceived / edited. So you can do these little edits, how it's edited. You can do these little edits to basically keep people engaged to watch the whole video, okay? And so this, what we realized with our business was we were giving clients the best scripts tailored to their ideal client. The editing was perfect, but what we realized with some clients was how they were saying it on the video ad was one aspect that they weren't doing correctly. And so it doesn't matter how good the script is, it doesn't matter how good the editing is. If someone cannot speak on camera, you're not going to get results. If you cannot speak on camera properly and you can't film video ads that's going to draw in your ideal audience, okay, it's not going to work. And so in this video, this is why I wanted to make this video. I wanted to cover for you guys like how to actually film video ads correctly, because again, this is one of the most important things that you can do. One of the biggest lever pulls you can do for your business to obviously get you guys better results, okay? So when it comes to filming video ads, there's normally three things you need to look into. So let me go video ads again. Okay, you need to have good tonality, which I'll get to in a second. Good energy. And then you also need something called B-roll footage, which we'll get to in a second. B-roll footage. Okay. These are the three things you need, right? Now, going into tonality first is something I want to go into, but with your tonality, this is like one of the most important things. I see ads not just from our clients, but also other clinics. I see them all on my feed. And what you will see is their videos look so scripted. Like it's terrible. Like you literally see their eyes like this, reading a script off their computer. And they're going, have you noticed your skin? And it looks terrible, okay? What you don't want to do with tonality, okay, is sound like a robot. So don't sound like a robot. That's very, very important, because if you sound like a robot or it sounds scripted, what do you think the first thing that your audience is going to think in their head? This is marketing, they're trying to sell me something, I don't trust them. And like literally all of your trust can go like that. You have the best script, again, coming up here, best script, the best editing, but if you're speaking on the ad and you're literally looking up and down like a script and you sound like a robot, it doesn't matter how good it is, you're going to ruin that trust from that client and they're never going to book in, okay? So a big thing I want you to ensure, like I'm sure you're doing, is not sounding like a robot, okay? I know it's easier said than done, but like comes into my next point, but when you have a script, don't follow script word for word. I'm just gonna leave that, but like, don't follow the script word for word, okay? This is something like I've seen as well. I've actually been to in-person shoots with clients, and what I will see them doing is they'll do one line and they go, okay, I'm ready to go for the next line. One line, I'm ready to do the next line. Like, all you have to worry about when you're doing your scripts is the hook is the most important. It's 80% of your ad. So I'd say memorize the hook. So only memorize the hook plus big idea of the ad. So if the big idea of the ad is my client has been burnt by another clinic, okay, I'd use the hook and then I'd speak the rest. So for example, are you a woman in Sydney who is sick and tired of trying different treatments and you've been to 3 other clinics and you still don't know what your skin needs, okay? Well, if this is the case, we see this all the time with clients coming in, they've had this concern, and the biggest reason why this normally tends to occur is because they've been guessing what their skin needs, they've been rushed into a 15-minute consult, and XYZ, okay? Do you see how much more convincing that sounds than to me be like, are you a client in Sydney? And it just looks terrible, okay? So you really want to make sure that your tonality is on point. Don't sound like a robot and only memorize the hook and the big idea, okay? Another thing to mention, which will wrap up for the tonality, is that like when, I don't know what it is, but when people when people record ads, or when I've seen clinics record ads, it's that they turn into a different person. Like when I speak to them, they sound fine, and then when they go and record the videos, they literally turn into a complete different person. They put on like a professional tone of themselves. Like, don't do that. Like, remain authentic. This is a big thing. Remain authentic. Don't read a script word for word that doesn't sound like you. Make it into your idea. Like, even if we give you guys scripts, if you guys are on a done for you or done with you offer, like, don't do this word for word. Like, don't read word for word and be authentic. Match it to your style. Speak how you actually speak, because again, this is a big thing. Do not sound like a robot, because it's going to erode trust from your clients. Okay, so again, I know it's easier said than done, but try not to avoid like just reading it word for word, and be as authentic as possible. Like that's sort of the main point I want you to do in this whole video. It's just be authentic. Okay, so that's mostly done for tonality. Okay, a couple things again. Don't sound like a robot. Only memorize the hook and the big idea, and also be authentic. Okay. Now, coming into energy, this is another thing as well. Okay, when you're recording your ads, what you don't want to do is have low energy. And what I mean by that is, like, again, the same example was before. You sitting in a chair in the clinic and just being like, have you noticed that your skin is looking tired? And it just does not sound good. Okay, put emphasis on words. Have energy. Use hand movement. Like, do whatever you have to get this energy high, because what you don't want to do is, again, as I said before, record an ad and like sit in your chair and just sit there and read it word for word, because no one's gonna watch the ad. If I was looking at that ad, like, always think about your clients. Like, would you watch an ad? I'm sure you guys have seen our ads from now on, or from. I'm sure you guys have seen our ads, but like, we don't just like sit there and just like no energy like this and just talk. Okay, so what I've seen as well, what the best clinics will do is when they're actually filming the ads, they will stand up. Okay, they're not sitting in a chair like this and just looking at a camera. They're standing up. They've got the phone in their hand, and they're actually speaking directly to the camera. They're looking at the camera in the eye contact with the camera, and they're just speaking directly to that. That is what you want. What you don't want to do is just sit on your chair, look at the screen, and start speaking like this. Okay, no one's. It's not engaging at all. Okay, so. And again, that's a big thing. The average watch per video is 2 seconds on Facebook. Okay, it's gonna get shorter and shorter every time. So what you need to do is ensure that you're actually having energy and you're grabbing people in, because again, a big factor of the ads is you guys. Okay, so for energy, okay, let me remove this. For energy, the point I would say there is stand up, and walk around. That's a good angle to test. Now, I know some of you guys are gonna be like, okay, I can't sit down at all in the ads. It doesn't convert. I'm not saying that. Again, it's not binary. It's a continuum of like, it's not white or black, it's grey. It's in the middle. You need to find your sweet spot, okay? Some ads you can sit down and it can convert, but what I've seen work the best is when literally the client just holds a camera to their face and speaks like that. Instead of having someone else record them, obviously that can work from time to time, but that's what I would recommend you guys do. Okay, so stand up and walk around. A big thing about energy as well is when you guys are tensed, okay, that's what links to like low energy as well. So if you guys are sitting down and you're scared to record a video ad and you're tensing up and you're like cramping up and like you're trying to speak, like try to like flex your abs and then like tense up and then try to speak. It doesn't feel right. Like I just did it then. It doesn't feel right speaking. So you want to loosen up, and the best way to loosen up, stand up, walk around. Another thing to do is like hand movements. So move your hands around when you're speaking. Okay, and do it like that. Okay, so hand movements, stand up and walk around, have energy. I don't care if you have like 6 coffees, like have energy in your ads, because if you aren't passionate about this and you go into recording the videos like, oh, I've got to record these ads and I'm resenting it, and you're not like, oh, I'm actually going to help people out by doing these ads, you're going to help your clients out because they actually want to come in, like, it's not going to work. Like this is big as well. Like I've seen like the clients that work the best. I've seen data, guys. I know exactly what reason something will convert and why something won't. I've given literally clients the exact same script, one that's killed it for one client, and another client will record it, and it just looks terrible, sounds terrible, and no one books in. Okay, so I really want to make sure that your hand movements, your energy, okay, is a big factor for this. Okay, so yeah, that's gonna cover energy. Now, a last thing you guys want is B-roll footage as well. Okay, so what I mean by B-roll footage is basically, sorry, is it here on my iPad? what I mean by B-roll footage, guys, is when you are recording your content, you got A-roll footage, which is basically like me speaking to you guys now, A-roll footage. I'm speaking directly to you. B-roll footage would be me, for example, putting a video over the top of this as I'm speaking of, let's say, me speaking to a client. Okay, there's not actually words being said, but it's footage over the top of like this existing video. That's what B-roll footage is, okay? And so what I want you guys to do is when you're recording your ads, also have video B-roll footage. What does that mean, okay? Have a video of a demo consult where you've got a client coming in and you as the founder are pointing at a sheet with exactly what their main skin concern is and what their problem is. Another thing to do is like, for example, you drawing on their face. That's another good example. Using the observe machine, whatever your skin assessment is, like using that. Demo a consult. That's the best B-roll footage you can have. And the reason why this is important is because this sort of links more into the point up here, which is like how it is perceived slash edited. But what that's like, the reason why I'm saying this now is because what can happen is if you've got the best tonality and energy, you still need to keep people engaged on the ads. So what you want is like every 3 to 5 seconds, something shift on the ads. So like shifting to a different scene. So for example, you speaking for the first hook, and then you, as you're still speaking, you're talking about the importance of a long-term skin plan. You put footage over the top of that with a client demoing a console. You're demoing a console with a client. That builds trust, first of all, and it keeps the viewer engaged to watch the rest of the video, okay? So B-roll footage is very, very important. So demo to clients for consult, that's the first one. And then you've also got like observe machine, if you guys have the observe machine or whatever skin analysis machine you guys use. And then you've also got, that's sort of the main two, to be fair. The managing, you've also got like facials and treatments. I'll probably avoid facials and treatments. Main two things I would say you guys need is just demo a consult, get one of your team members or someone on the team to like demo it with you, and then you just basically use it for your B-roll footage. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much the main three things I wanted to cover, guys. Again, when it comes to your video ads, how you say it, what you say, and how it is perceived. When it comes to how you say it, the two main things you'll look at is tonality and energy. Not sounding like a robot, speak directly to the camera, don't memorize scripts, and be as authentic as possible. Okay, energy as well, stand up when you're recording, use your hand movements. Don't sit down and be tensed up like this as you speak for your ads, because again, that's not going to convert. And then this sort of links into the perceived or the edited version, but like B-roll footage of demoing clients for consults and observe machine as well. So that is, again, pretty much everything you need to know about filming video ads for your clinic. Okay, if you guys need more help, let me know, send me a message. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. But yeah, anything else you guys need, let me know, and I'll see you guys in the next video.